Around 2000 years ago the Chinese were still using mercury as a medicine. In 2000 more years, what medicine/remedy do you think will be considered our mercury? I don't think we'll have a direct comparison. With the advent of medical science, our approaches may not be the most effective, and we may improve on them, but everything we use is scientifically founded and measurably effective to some degree. The closest thing we have today would be something like essential oils. Chemo. In 2000 years we will probably be able to kill cancer cells genetically instead of poisoning ourselves and hoping it kills the cancer first. Chemotherapy. With a family member going through this now, chemo is rough. I could really see this being one. Hope they get better soon, man. Lithium. Antidepressants, SSRIs. Opioids. Hopefully. Opioids are a problem as pain medication. As long as there is no instant high, addiction can be prevented. They are still safe as a sedative in operations. I think how a lot of our mental health drugs are prescribed are going to look stupid as hell. Lots of them have dosing and effectiveness variability that means every time you start one it's like throwing a dart at a dartboard blindfolded. There is no quantifiable way to see if they are working, how much they are working, if they could work better or worse at a different dose, if something else could be better, so many other things. It's all guesswork and reporting on perceived effects. If we don't have an infinitely better method to fix mental health issues in 2000 years I would be floored. Homeopathy. Except mercury actually has an effect on the body. Especially if you dilute it to 1 atom/Oz. Be careful with that stuff. Puberty blockers because your 6-year-old asked to wear a dress one day. Corticosteroids, like prednisone. For every indication to use steroids, there are literally thousands of off-target effects, many of which are potentially harmful. We still use them in some situations when the potential benefits outweigh the potential risks, but with new immunotherapies, medical genetics, and personalized medicine, I think steroids will be a thing of the past within the next century. A lot of antibiotics. We're just now starting to understand our gut microbes and how important they are for our health. A lot of antibiotics just kill everything in their path. Yes. They are terrible things. Useful, but so untargeted. Chemotherapy. It's pretty brutal when you think about it. Just kill everything and hope the cancer dies before the patient. You gotta burn the ship to kill the captain. Chiropractors. Oh God, I've known so many people that have gone to chiropractor for months, and finished worse than they were before. It's such an inaccurate practice. People are better off going to a massage therapist to loosen up their muscles, rather than going to a chiropractor that messes with your skeletal system. Essential oils, fucking Karen. Have you had a Karen crush on you? Sure, she's got that yoga babe bod, but then she never stops talking about how her essential oils are valid substitutes for vaccinations. I dated a Herbalife Karen for a while. It was very unsettling to listen to her talk about her good days at work because a good day usually meant convincing cancer patients to buy a few $100s worth of supplements. Karen wasn't intentionally preying on people with cancer, she genuinely thought she was doing something good and helping to cure them, which is just sad and unfortunate. She definitely had a 10/10ths yoga babe bod though. Everyone is completely misunderstanding. The actual question is, what do we use in medicine now that we will eventually realize is awful for us? Not just what do we use as medicine that doesn't work? Overprescription of antibiotics. Now, antibiotics have saved probably billions of lives since their discovery. That can't be devalued at all. Antibiotics are amazing at curing disease, when they're necessary. Now, not in 2000 years, but hopefully within the next decade or so, we will look back and say fuck, we shouldn't have done that. And by that I mean the overprescription of antibiotics. We as a society pop antibiotics like they're candy. Have a sneeze? Here's 2 weeks of antibiotics. Have a tiny bit of acne? Here's a 3-month supply. Take daily. Many of you are already aware of the fact that this is creating superbugs that we may eventually be unable to control in any way. But this is also wreaking havoc on our overall health in so many different ways. Antibiotics don't discriminate between bacterial strains. They wreak havoc on the healthy microorganisms in our gut as well. And we are learning more and more just how vital a natural and healthy gut microbiome is to overall health and the prevention of far nastier diseases. Many diseases have been linked to a dysfunctional microbiome. The list is long. And no, probiotics are not enough to fix the situation. Antibiotics alter your gut microbiome permanently. I just filled a 90-day supply of doxycycline for a patient, and I really have to wonder if not having acne is worth all the hell their gut is probably going through. You can get a 3-month script of doxy for acne. I can't even get more than 21 days for Lyme disease that has become totally multi-systematic. Probably heavily addictive painkillers like OxyContin. I remember my dad had them prescribed to him a couple years ago after a surgery, and he told me he could feel his body wanting more after just a few. He never took them after saying that. Oxy is crazy. I have worked in the justice system for many years and have seen firsthand what it does to people. I have a severe back injury and use it very sparingly to deal with the worst pain days. I also pay attention to when it starts to invade my mind, i.e. feeling like I should take a pill, when I don't feel pain, and I stop taking it for weeks when that happens. You have to be seriously on guard. Wow, you've been pretty responsible. Stay safe and I hope your back gets better. Chiropractors. Everyone here is listing substances with legitimate medical use. Try magic crystals, magnets, and piss. Greater than magnets. Magnetic resonance imaging would like a word with you. MRI is a tool used for imaging, not healing. https://n.wikipedia.org/wiki/magnet_therapy. Don't know, but I look forward to the day when we take one pill per year and it just fixes all the things. Fentanyl. Probably chemo and radiation therapy. Of course we already know that it causes significant damage to the body, but by then I think people will cringe at the thought of the way we treat cancer today. I'm so glad we have nanobots so we don't have to poison ourselves like our ancestors. Probably lithium for mental disorders. Lithium has honestly destroyed my life. It's hard to feel sad when you can't feel anything at all. I'm sorry, Fetch, that is really unfortunate. I have this feeling about copper. Copper pans, socks, bracelets. It's pushed everywhere kind of like lead was. And at the time everybody thought it was fine too. I hope I'm wrong. Copper allergy is rare. It's the only threat I know right now. Organ transplants. At least the harvesting part. Hopefully we will be able to 3D print them or grow them somehow and we'll have enough organs for everyone who needs one. This is insane. I never really thought about how crazy it can sound to take an organ from one human and give it to another. The Hammond organ makes a nice sound when transplanted. Mercury was being used only 100 years ago to treat tuberculosis. I had no idea. This blows my mind. I thought we gave up after it didn't go so well. Here's a fun fact. The term Mad Hatter or Mad as a Hatter originates from the use of mercury in the felt hat industry. It wasn't banned until 1941, but by then they were normally protecting the hatters from exposure, so illness was rare. I remember there is a research about the correlation BTW aluminium and Alzheimer's. With how fast technology goes, I'm sure all of medicine today would seem barbaric. I sure hope medicine advances so much that our remedies today seem barbaric. Just wish I could live to see it. The only thing is that even the new advanced stuff to us will seem barbaric at some point in time. Prozac. I went from having normal depression to having suicidal daydreams where I can actually envision myself committing suicide in various ways with my eyes open. 2 years off Prozac and that side effect still remains. I can't believe it helps people. That is a somewhat common side effect in all sorts of SSRI though. And they definitely helped me at least, but I was also going through severe depression. Sometimes I feel like Americans might just be using too heavy medication a lot. Also, with these side effects, why not change drugs? If I were to take an antidepressant again, I would also harbor to look again because they tend to cause side effects. But you can definitely find stuff that is fine. Personally, I don't think I took fluoxetine, not 100% sure. I may have tried it, but SSRI definitely can help. Wait till you find out mercury was used to treat syphilis 150 years ago. Insert a glass tube in the urethra and push a bunch of mercury. Many men could survive the treatment without passing out. The people who think you can treat autism with bleach, the people WHO what? Hashtag the people who think you can treat autism with bleach. I apologize for any confusion in my title. I'm hoping that everything listed has a medical purpose that saves lives. The Chinese thought mercury would cure them, and obviously it doesn't. The difference today is that we have better technology that can show us when something flat out doesn't work. That doesn't mean they don't cause, or have the potential to cause, side effects that destroy our quality of life or even death. Edit, maybe some things like certain home remedies flat out don't work and potentially cause more harm than good. Of course those are welcome too.